Hey guys, what is going on? This is Daaro DS. Welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. As last time we made a startling discovery, gonna continue and head back. We are currently in school with the entire bunch. And things are not getting crazy, but we're just experiencing the normal before the crazy. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bedlam before had been tidied up neatly. Haha, we made it in time! Rise! Attention! Mion gave out the morning commands. It's difficult being the teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one. But naturally, she ends up spending all her time with the younger kids. Rena and Mion, being the highest grade in the class, end up mostly doing self-study. They even end up helping the teacher teach the younger kids, so it seems like they can never get their own studies. They are actually way behind by where my studies have progressed to. As a result, I'm pretty much taking over this for the teacher and helping Rena and Mion with their studies. You're a pretty good teacher, Keiichi-kun. Easy to understand. Rena took a breather after finishing highlighting an important section. Teaching is making me lose confidence. It makes me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is. They say if you teach someone something, you need to understand it backwards and forwards. So while you're teaching us, you're getting into your own practice. In contrast, the person over here is quite the Latisse VR about things. For one, she isn't supposed to be in a higher grade than me. Isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me? Look, Mion, this is for your own good. If you don't take this seriously, there'll be trouble later on. With these marks. It's not like I'm aiming to go on to a prestigious school. I'll be fine as long as I pick up what I need to know for the entrance exams a little at a time. Staunch Ounce is really something else. This is a different type of relax than somebody who already knew what was going to be on the entrance exams. Michan, Keiichi-kun is doing his best to teach us. We need to try hard too. You're such a good and honest kid, Rena. I'll make sure you guys accepted into a good school. What? Thanks so much. Especially you, Rena. Private lessons, just the two of us. Private lessons? A puff of smoke, shaped like a halo, popped out of Rena's head. Exactly what kind of private lessons is she fantasizing about that's making her turn so red? I'd like to hear the play-by-play about that next time. While Mion was flipping through her vocabulary flashcards, she threw out a casual question. So, in the city, do you have to study this much? If you don't know at least this much, you can't get into the university. So you study just to get into the university? Well, yeah, basically. While knowing that this stuff won't ever come in handy in the future. Out here, like, you can get into university as long as your attendance is good enough. Really? Study equals entrance exams. Having that basic law in the universe is so easily overturned sent me into a state of shock. That is right. There aren't really enough people around here to warrant weeding them out with without weeding them out with an exam. If anyone goes to the university, then there's no need to be all uptight about this stuff, right? Well, that's true, but you should at least know the stuff that's common knowledge. This old geezer thinks that instead of wasting time studying pointlessly, you should be spending your time versus teen years doing more meaningful things. I was too profound of a statement to simply laugh off. But since it was Mion, it probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning. In the place of a chime, the sound of the principal waving a handbell drifted throughout the classroom. Kei-chan, we're done! It's our wonderful lunchtime! In a complete 180 from her unmotivated state, Mion gave the commands that signaled the end of the morning period. Keiichi-kun, let's have lunch! I might have been making a very troubled face. Rena smiled brightly at me. All right. Let's eat. There seemed to be different cliches even within the class. Most of them were divided by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were different. We had both guys and girls. But we weren't reserved around each other. This level of openness made a transfer student like me pretty happy. Rena and Mion pushed their desks together so they were facing each other. At the same time, Satoko and Rena-chan were slowly lugging their desks over as well. Keiichi-kun, hurry! Rena waved her chopsticks in an unrefined manner, trying to hurry me along. Unless everyone was together, they wouldn't even open their lunchboxes. Keiichi-san, the lunchbox is most assuredly filled with nothing but bread crust like some sort of destitute plebeian. Why don't you just show it to us? Come now. Even though Satoko-chan was hurling insults at me, she still wouldn't open the lid to her lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join their circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, is that Mion? Oh. Well then, Representative Me, please give the signal to start. At first I was kind of embarrassed, but I got used to it plenty fast. At this point, I probably wouldn't even open my lunchbox if someone else was too slow. Our ages and genders may have been different, but we're all still friends. Let's eat! The sound of our 5-part chorus echoed beautifully throughout the classroom. Really though, I had gotten pretty used to the group, made up of all girls. Of course there are other boys in the class, but they were a lot younger, so they were scared to approach me. Well, that's to be expected. Younger boys to see older boys is scary. Compare that to girls, well, at least the girls aren't picky. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everybody was free to pick at them. Although all the girls wouldn't mind sharing a meal with the guys, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mion noticed that and teased me quite a bit. As the fruit of my efforts, I can now reach over and take the sides from anybody's lunch. My, isn't Sir Keiichi's lunch extravagant today? My, isn't Madame Satoko's lunch extravagant as well? The stewed stuff has a nice look to it, rather trendy. Buying into all the that Satoko was starting, our chopsticks looked cross-counter, stabbing into each other's lunch. My, how delicious. Oh, this taro's good. The stew stuff is good too, even cold. After seeing my happy face, Rena's expression broke into a little smile. I saved from dinner last night. By the way, Satoko and Rena-chan's lunches are already the same. It seems that Rika-chan makes it for both of them every day. Rika-chan makes this too? These taste like Mom's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. The carrot rosettes weren't from a mold. They were done by hand with a knife. That's not easy to do. I guess Rika-chan's just good at this sort of thing. She's really good at sewing, laundry, and stuff like that. Amazing, right? Amazing! Rika's quite exceptional in many ways. Oh, okay. That's nothing for you to boast about. One is actually better at cooking than I am. Huh? Well, you know... It seemed like the topic of conversation switched to Rena when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. Rena's lunch really was at the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. Everyone else pulled from Rena's lunchbox constantly. Everyone liked this one so much before, so I made it a lot this time. It's good, I hope. It's got high marks from me. Mion, you're talking too much. Knocking Mion's chopstick aside, I reached out trying to secure my own portion. Satoko and Rena-chan reached over at the same time, and a struggle ensued. Everyone shoveled a mouthful after mouthful while praising it, and Rena's lunchbox was soon empty. It was kind of bad that no one thought of to leave any for Rena. But Rena seemed rather satisfied as she looked on. How did you like it? Isn't Rena-san extremely good at cook too? Quite different from Keiichi-san. I said that's something for you to boast about. You're not too much different from Keiichi-chan, Satoko. Can you tell the difference between the broccoli and the cauliflower yet? Satoko's face went pale. Hey, I can't even tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know. Of course I can. I really can. It's really hard for her to lie. Keiichi-kun, both taste good when they're boiled and topped with mayo, right? You shouldn't be picking on her. Mi-chan too. Rena hurriedly tried to follow up, but Mion laughed hotly as she drew closer to Satoko. Well, just pretend it's a little home ec lesson. Now then, Satoko, what's this? Mion lifted up her chopsticks between a piece of green stuff wrapped in bacon. But that's asparagus. Mion made eye contact with me, and within 0.3 seconds, I had Rika-chan's mouth covered. Holding a piece of bacon-wrapped asparagus and leaving her two choices. She's pretty terrible. The yellow one is cauliflower. No, wait, the green one is cauliflower. So which? What? Probably the yellow one is broccoli, and the blue one is cauliflower, but the green one is... Do you really know which one is which? How about you just give up? I'd expect no less from the class representative. The oldest. The way she drives people into a corner just shows how much experience she has. Just a hunch, but about being brought into the Sonozaki household must be quite the ordeal. I do know. I really do. Then answer the question. I know. Ah! She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she usually starts to seem her age. Oh, cute. Rena entered a state of euphoria as Satoko bawled her eyes out. Rena was in a state of bliss as she rubbed her cheeks against Satoko's head and smothered her. Really, a very content face. One you wouldn't care about the world ended right then. It was that kind of smile. Rena! Mimi is picking on me. Ah! Cute! It's okay. Rena Oni-chan will take care of all those bad people who tease my little sister. What? Frish bomb boom bam! It was like a flash of lightning. What was that just now? Both Rena's fists shot out with supersonic speeds, striking Mion and me squarely in our faces. Before we knew it, Mion and I were sprawled spread eagle on the floor, staring up at the ceiling with matched welts on our faces. This is the first time you've gotten one, right? Today, she went easy on us. Easy? You mean there's something harder than this? With that, Mion and I both slumped our heads back to the floor in unison. From now on, I'll be careful about when I'm in striking distance of Rena. See, Satoko-chan? I took care of them. Cute! I want to take you home. Making sure Rena couldn't see it, Satoko stuck her tongue out at us. Damn it all. Using Rena like a puppet. Rena Rika-chan massaged her bruises without saying a word. And that's the end of lunch. No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretched off into the distance. Hey, Keiichi-kun. Tomorrow, do you have plans or anything? Huh? It was such a direct question from Rena, I inadvertently blushed. If it was for a date, then would you do it more subtly? Rena saw me lost for words and realized that I misunderstood and turned red as well. No, I didn't mean it like that. You see... So apparently that wasn't what she meant. But since it was always fun when Rena was in a panic, I went along with it a little. Oh really, so it wasn't meant that way. Huh? Playing it up, I slammed my shoulders, feigning a dejection. Keiichi-kun, why are you so disappointed? Why? Mi-chan! Unable to hold off any longer, Mion slapped me on the back. I see, this old geezer never knew you could push... Oh, wow. I see, this old geezer never knew he could push her buttons like that. What? What is it? Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching her stomach while Rena flailed around, completely bewildered. I couldn't help but start laughing as well, feeling just a bit guilty. I ruffled Rena's hair. Kidding. Sorry, it was a joke. It was my fault. She really is a cute one. Huh? A joke? Since when? About halfway through. Halfway? So Kei-chan, that means you weren't acting when you blushed at the start? Huh? That means... It was only a momentary lapse, where there's no way Mion would have let such delectable detail slip by her. Well, you see, saying anything more would also be a bad idea. In my bewildered state, I slipped further into unfavorable position. After that, Mion-chan continued to tease me about it for a while. So why were you asking if I'm free tomorrow, Rena? We were talking about... okay. What were we talking about? It had been so long that Rena had forgotten, so that's how long Mion had teased me. It's just, Kei-chan, you probably can't find your way around Hinamizawa by yourself yet, can you? That was true. I hate to say it, but if you blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times like we were playing pin the tail on the donkey, I wouldn't be able to tell up from down here. Yeah, I don't think I know how to get anywhere besides back and forth from school. Yes. You could. You see, tomorrow we are thinking that Mi-chan and I. I was thinking if Mi-chan and I could escort you through Hinamizawa and show you around. That would be a godsend, frankly. I was happy about the offer. You'll come, of course, right? If I'm free. You're being invited by a girl, you know. If I'm free... You're probably free anyways. If I'm free... I was being stubborn, so as not to give a clear yes or no. Even though I thought it was a godsend, I'm too much of a scamp to say it up front. Keiichi-kun, you're not free, perhaps? Perhaps? While Mion and I had a rather sour back and forth, Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd been a bit too rough on her, I gave in. Sorry, forgive me. I apologize. I'm free. Great! The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face as it blossomed into a smile. Hey now! It seems like there's quite a difference between how cold you are to me and compared to Rena, isn't there? Seems Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agreed with Rena. But her being annoyed was very interesting. So I pushed Rena forward, speeding up her pace to leave Mion behind. Let's go, Rena. Maybe it should be just the two of us tomorrow. Leave grumpy old Mion behind. Whoa. If Keiichi-kun is okay with that, then... I'm the one who came up with the idea. Oh no. I am the one who came up with the idea to take him around. Don't ignore me, Keiichi Maebara. That'd be great if the two of us could go on a picnic together. Should we bring a basket, Rena? If we bring a basket, I'll make all the food. Maybe. If you ignore me too, Rena, I'll tell everyone that you two disappeared from the hotel district together. Oh, God. Well, then I'm going home right now to start making it. Tomorrow is going to be so fun. Later, Keiichi-kun, Mi-chan. Bye. Rena bounded off like she was walking on the moon. After dust settled, it was all that was left was me standing next to the Mion sprawled out on the ground. There was a welt on her face. Are you alright? There was over 2 meters between you. Oh God, there's over 2 meters between you guys. Since you came, they've become sharper. This old geezer's body can't handle it. Maybe it'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Rena want to hit you. Or else it'll end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happened, the results might be fatal. Don't feel bad, Mion. Probably the only one who can't dodge their jabs. It felt like it was her knee, though. Could it be that we were hanging around with the unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in extreme combat sport. You can't lose to Rena. You need to train up and have a rematch. Keiichi-san, you should... The Skeezer will root for you. Mion and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Rena's infallible technique. And I think we're heading on to the next scene. At least that's what it looks like, anyway. You have received new tips. We're mixed grade. We don't have a uniform. Let's look at a few new tips. We don't have a uniform? We're mixed grade. So, Rena, we're the same age? Yes. That's right. We're the same zodiac animal, too. Hey now, wouldn't it be weird if we were the same age but not the same zodiac animal? That's not true. If your birthday isn't the same, then you can't have the different animals even if you're the same age. Yep, it all depends on what year you're born. Huh? Oh, I see. Mion, you're pretty smart. What month are you born, by the way? Keiichi-kun? Keiichi-kun? I'm July. Rena smirked and puffed with oh, it was her, okay. Hey now, what's the meaning of this? She's not planning to be all high and mighty if her birthday is a wee bit sooner than mine, is she? Heh. Don't even. It's impossible to challenge me by my birthday. I won't even mind you if you bet $1 per month. Huh? Huh? Why? Why? Rena panicked at suddenly being challenged to a wager. Given how panicked she is, I'm certain she doesn't have much allowance left this month. It's just, sending her into a panic is about something as simple as birthday is so fun. I can't help myself. So that means you were born in April, Kei-chan? Right on. Too bad, Rena. I'm already far older than Rena. Oh, I see. Then you're to the same age as me-chan. Well, just a few months. That gap will open up again soon enough. Mion snickered through her nose. Hey now, that's not something to get all high and muddy about. As if I'm the one to talk. Now that you mention it, you're in a higher grade, right, Mion? If you're underclassman, then I'd be an underclassman from now on. Kei-chan, you're not making any sense to me. Judging by Rena's blushing face, you could tell that she knew exactly what she meant by it, though. Then Satoko and Rika-chan are underclassmen. So different. Their grade is so different that they could be in a different school, shouldn't they? Keiichi-san, your tastes are a bit too young, I think. I think you're not making any sense yourself, Rena. I'll just grab into her head and scruff that up a bit. Oh, stop it! Is that it for tips? Nope. We're still going on, okay. I wondered about it before, yeah. I was wondering why this school has different school years all mixed up. There aren't enough classrooms. Can't help it. This building is being rented from the forestry service after all. When she says it like that, It makes sense. I thought our school was strange for a while now. The schoolyard is gravel, and the rooms aren't for classes. The schoolyard is gravel, and there's rooms that aren't for classes, and there's some strange sort of construction machinery parked here. Why is it being borrowed? What happened to the real school? There was one here there was one here forever from before the war. It got dilapidated. They closed it down. It was probably a grand old schoolhouse. Well, because of that, the students would have to attend school in the city. That's pretty far, though, you know. What school would that be? Do you know there's a school if you pass by the Okinomiya train station after the turn at the hospital and head down towards the pediatrics department? What? So far? I couldn't tell that was where the location, but I understood it was pretty far from Rena's reaction. Well, that's why. The guys didn't want to commute to Okinomiya, went out the building from the forestry services, and are attending school at this pseudo schoolhouse here. About half the children in Hinamizawa go there. There are quite a lot of kids that come here on a bike. Well, since they're attending this really messed up school, it has to be pretty hard for them to get into higher education. That's not true, Mi-chan. If you study properly, you can go to anywhere you want. That's right. And I totally agree with Rena on this one. Yes, that's right. That's right. Let's try our best. All of you try your best. This old man will be rooting for you. Not just us two. Not just us, you too. You should be preparing for exams, shouldn't you? Your future is bleak with grades like this. Fine, just fine. If I get stuck, then I'll just mooch off Kei-chan as much as he works forever. What do you mean, by work forever? What do you mean? Hey, you're too loud. Be quiet during self-study. The teacher yelled at all three of us. That was completely our fault. Satoko saw it and chortled hotly. I stuck out my tongue in a response. It is just as Mion says. This school has nothing to do with higher education. But it makes up for having lots of valuable things other schools don't. Alright, this is going to do for episode number 2 of The Mighty Higurashi When They Cry. This was actually a pretty fun episode, to be honest. I kind of laughed a lot. Too much. I laughed more than I expected, so. Thank you all for watching. This is Daaro DS signing out, and we'll continue episode 3 next time on Higurashi When They Cry. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you next time.